Hey guys, welcome back to Bringing the Epic. I'm going to do another quick vlog for you. Thought maybe we'd do another IMM in my mailbox or in my hands, whatever. Thanks, by the way, to Christy at the Story Siren, who is awesome, but I think I typed that, so you get it already. Okay, on to the stuff. The first book, Desires of the Dead by Kimberly Durting. This is the second book in the Body Finder collection, and I have never read it. I've never read the first one, but from what I hear, from what Miss Durting was telling us, is that there's a girl who can find bodies, or she's a body finder, and it's because of the echoes that people leave behind. And this copy I actually had her sign at the Dark Days tour. To Lynn, Echoes Never Die. Very exciting. So I'll get into that one just as soon as I read the first one. Next, also from the Dark Days tour, was Claudia Gray, The Afterlife. And this is actually like number 4, I think, in its series, the Evernight novel. And she also signed that one to me. Pretty stinking cool. And again, not a book that I have ever read before, and so I need to pick that stuff up too. But Lacey from Lacey K. Urbanski's blog stole it from me. She's a thief. We were at Borders and it's closing, and she found like the first book in the series, and I was like, don't, I'll take it, but she didn't listen, so whatever, have fun reading that. Next is Once in a Full Moon by Ellen Schreiber. I love this book. Dark Days was Friday. Saturday I had a wrestling show, and I read throughout the entire book of The Unwritten Rule by Elizabeth Scott, which was awesome. It was in my last vlog. This one is one of them that I got from the Dark Days tour too. I got some nice swag. Check out my cool bookmark. And you can also read my review of this book because I read it Sunday and I couldn't put it down. I loved it. I think it took like 9 hours to read it. So there's that. Many Fangs. This book, I really liked it, and it had really bad reviews on Goodreads, which confuses me because I liked it. But I don't know, I guess I like books. The next book that I got there, which I just have the sleeve with me now because I'm reading it currently, my BFF, kind of, Angel Fire, Courtney Allison Moulton. Awesome girl in real life. Amazing writing. I love it so far, and so I cannot wait to finish it and get back to her on that. And she had some cool swag there too. Bookmark. Ellie, Will, how you like that? And then even a sticker. I made sure I got a sticker. And yes, Anna, he does look like Toby from Pretty Little Liars. I've never seen the show until you showed me the picture, but you're right, he does. Okay, so on to the Borders run. They gotta close that store soon because I'm spending every paycheck there. So this is Radiance by Alison Noel. I adore Alison Noel. The Immortal series is hands down one of my favorite series ever. I love it. I cannot wait for the next book to come out. I'm just a huge fan, and I've gotten the chance to talk to Alison Noel a couple times over the internet, and she is so sweet, and I can't wait to read the rest of that series. This book is actually a spin-off of the Immortal series, and it's about Ever's little sister, Riley, who was killed in the car accident that she did not die in. And it's just kind of Riley and their dog, and they're in, like the heaven area, and it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna read it because I love Alison Noel, so I'm going to. Next book is called Evanfall. It's by Liz, I'm gonna guess Mahalski. I'm usually pretty good with names, so let's go for that. Evanfall is, I think it's actually the name of like a house. There's a girl whose uncle, I believe it is, passed away. She has to go back to this small town, settle his estate and whatnot. Apparently, when he was younger, he married the wrong sister. He was actually in love with his wife's sister, and now that he's dead, he realizes he made a mistake. Not sure how you're going to fix that one, but I guess that's the beauty of books. I'm going to guess that while she's there, she meets a boy, because there was a boy on the back named Court, who was wide-eyed when she used to babysit, and now he's all grown up and has a whole new definition of the word sleepover. Sold. As said earlier, Saturday I read The Unwritten Rule by Elizabeth Scott, and I was just in love with it. It was like my life at a point, kind of. I don't know. I know how the girl was feeling, but I never did that stuff. Okay, so anywho, I was very excited to see Grace by Elizabeth Scott. And this book, I don't know anything about other than the fact that Elizabeth Scott wrote it, and after reading Unwritten Rule, I'm just going to buy whatever she writes because it's got to be good. The back says, an unwilling terrorist, a chilling near future, one chance left. So, we shall see. Next is a teeny tiny little book. It's called The Messenger by Lois Lowry. Lowry actually wrote The Giver, which is one of my all-time favorite books. And this is supposed to be some kind of sequel to it. Not the same characters, but the same setup. So excited to see how that goes. I also got Maus 2. I've already read it, and I actually already own it. But when a book is like 60% off, you kind of just have to go with it. This is like a classic, and it's a retelling of the Holocaust, or at least part of it. And the author, from what I understand, his father was actually involved in it, lived through it and told him the stories. And then Art Spiegelman went through and created these characters to tell the stories. And anybody who likes history at all, or graphic novels at all, I highly, highly recommend. The next book is called Romancing Miss Bronte. I really have got to figure out how to work this thing. There we go. By Juliet Gale. And Emily Bronte is the one who wrote Wuthering Heights, and I loved Wuthering Heights. I didn't love the first 11 chapters of it, but after that I couldn't stop. So if you're picking up Wuthering Heights, keep reading, because it does get better, and then you're sucked into the story. This is about romancing Miss Bronte. I don't really know how much more straightforward you can get with that. Big bonus, the pages, you can't tell on here, have that rough, ripped edge to them. Radiance has those pages too. I'm a packaging fiend. If it looks cool, if it feels cool, if it's got a cool slogan, I'm gonna buy it. And being as it's Miss Bronte, how can you say no, right? The last book that I'm gonna bring in today is Mr. Darcy, Vampire. This is by Amanda Grange, who also wrote Mr. Darcy's Diary. I love Pride and Prejudice. I think we discussed this last time. I love it. I love it a lot. And I love Mr. Darcy a lot. Probably ridiculous amounts. I don't really know how I feel about him being a vampire, but most vampires, when they get all beastly, they get even hotter. So, I mean, take Mr. Darcy, add some beastliness, make him hotter. I'm gonna go with it. So, anywho, that is all for tonight. And to the bloggers and the authors that were out at Dark Days, I love you guys. You're so great, and I miss you. And I am going to do a Dark Days blog post, but I want to sit down with all my pictures and put them all in and do something even remotely close to how cool Anna did at Anna Reads. So go check out her site if you want to see cool pictures of all of us and what we did, and the fun extracurriculars that she and Tara had. without us. And my computer just went black for a second. Sorry. Okay, so it's late and I'm not going to edit, so I hope this is okay, and love you guys. Follow me on Twitter, Jaded Lynn Murray, and come back to the blog often. I'll be here. Have an epic, epic rest of your week.